Hello, my YouTube friends. Coming at you with another video here. I figured I needed to get something up. It's been a minute since my last one. I'll tell you what, the last year and a half or 2 years been rough on me. It just seems like it's one thing after another here. But Monday will be 3 weeks ago. I took a spill here in the living room and fell on the corner of this table, bounced off it, and cracked at least one rib, possibly two. I don't know. I didn't go to the hospital and get x-rayed, but I've had cracked ribs before. When I did get x-rayed, I know what they feel like, and I'm pretty damn sure I cracked at least one, especially since I actually heard a pop when I hit it, when I bounced off it. In addition to the thud, I felt and heard a pop. So I have been in absolute agony here the last few weeks. It's getting better finally, but it's still sore. But not as bad as it was. It was very sharp. Everything. I mean, even breathing bothered me, but coughing, blowing my nose, sniffing, anything was just agony. And sneezing was the worst. Holy shit! I sneezed and I thought I was gonna die for a minute there. Worst pain I think I've ever felt. But it's getting better. I guess I'm just a klutz. But it seems like one thing after another. If I'm not sick, then I'm hurt. Car accidents, everything. It's crazy. But anyways, this one's going to be on my what I've decided I think is my favorite survival knife that I own. And I use the term favorite kind of loosely because I mean I like my BK7, my BK9, my Ontario RD9. My Joker 6.5 has really impressed the hell out of me. And by the way, my Joker 6.5 is currently over with Frank over at What's the Point EDC, and he told me he just filmed the testing on that, so that video may be up by the time this one is. If not, it'll be up very soon, so go on over and check that out if you want to see about that knife. It's a great knife, it really is. But I just absolutely love this knife right here. It is the Becker BK10, slightly modified to make it my own. This knife I sent to Scab here. This was out the last batch of knives I sent him. Well, he's got another batch from me right now, but before that, this was in the batch before that, and he beat the living snot out of this knife. And when Scab borrows knives and I sends them back, I've already told him don't worry about sharpening them. I'll take care of that. I'm fussy with my edges. I like my own edge. So all he does is just clean it up and give it a strap and send it back. And after all the cutting he did, cutting tires, cutting sandblast hose, cutting rope, I mean, geez, he cuts everything. You've seen his videos, I'm sure. If you're subscribed to my channel, I'm sure you watch his too, or at least have watched it in the past. If not, Core Boys Outdoors. Um, Came back. I still haven't sharpened it, and if I haven't put a fresh edge on it, it's still damn sharp. So this thing came back just still razor sharp, and it's only 1095, which that's not known for holding an edge forever. It's an old basic steel, not a bad steel by mind you, but it's not a super steel. But I got this. Bought a custom sheath. Had a custom sheath made for it. Um, the guy I use for my sheaths is Zony something, Zony 59, I think. He's on eBay, anyways. But you can message him, and I've got his card and everything. And I don't go through eBay anymore. I go direct with him now. But he makes a great sheath. It really does. Decent quality leather, very well stitched and everything. If you get one with a ferro rod loop, he sends a ferro rod along with it. Dangler, you can take it on and off your belt without undoing your belt, which is always a plus. I prefer a dangler, especially on a larger knife like this, so that when you go to sit down, it doesn't jam into your side or anything. But excellent sheath and reasonable price too. I mean, this only cost me, I think, like $60, maybe something like that. But so there you go, decent quality leather sheath. Then I stripped the coating off the blade. I hate the coating that Becker's K-bars put on their knife. And I put on ironwood handles instead of the plastic handles, and a pinky lanyard. I don't usually do lanyards, but on this knife I did, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But Becker BK10. Now a lot of people for a survival knife will go with a BK2, and nothing wrong with that. If you like the BK2, more power to you. It's a great knife. But to me, it's just so damn thick. It's you know, the proverbial sharpened pry bar. So I go with a BK10, which first of all I like the clip point. Just looks I just like the looks of it. Just not any real benefit. Oh, well, although actually for drilling it's really pretty good because the point comes pretty much center line, so it actually drills very good if you're going to do a bow drill or anything like that, drilling holes in boards. But it's thinner. It's only 3/16 instead of or 3/6. Yeah, 3/16 I think it is. You know, I'm not positive of that. I think it's 3/16 though. Um, Might be 5/32. I don't know. 3/16 I believe. Saber grind, flat saber, clip point. I was originally thinking I was going to grind the ramp off of it, but I decided to leave it. I actually kind of like it in some things when I'm like doing feather sticks maybe or whatever. It kind of helps. Um, Pommel for busting rocks or nuts or pine cones or whatever. Attitude adjuster if it comes to that. I put the pinky lanyard on it because then with that beak I can get right down and do some serious chopping. And considering this is only about a 5 1/4 inch blade, this thing chops very well. You know, it ain't gonna out chop the BK9 by any means, but it actually does very well. So it's just a very good all around survival knife in my opinion. I just absolutely love it, and I've gotten so I carry it a lot when I go out. Um, if I'm not planning on doing a lot of, you know, wood carving type things, because I like Scandi grinds for wood when it comes to any kind of wood carving type of things. But for just general, you know, well, fire prep or anything like that, this knife is just fine. Would be a good skinner. Good just all around belt knife. I can't remember what it weighs, but it's not a light knife, but it's not super heavy either. I don't really notice it when I'm carrying it. Um, Starting to get a little patina on it, which is fine. Things just, it takes a sick, nasty edge. I don't know what K-Bar does with their 1095, but this thing is just, it's ridiculous sharp. Like I said, I haven't sharpened this since it came back from Scab. And after all the cutting he did, this thing is just sharp, man. And it seems to apparently hold. This probably holds its edge better than any 1095 knife I've ever had. You know, I got a lot of 1095 tops knives, what have you, and you know, like I say, 1095 is not a bad steel. I'm not trying to put it down by any means, but it isn't, you know, crew wear or 3V or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But this has been holding its knife really, really well. I'm just really impressed with it overall. You know, I could have put the micarta scales on it, would have been a little bit grippier, but the shape of this handle locks it in my hand enough that, to me, the slipperiness is not a problem. Um, Especially since I got the pinky lanyard, you know, that bird's beak and the guard. My hand ain't going nowhere on this knife. I do have a set of those micarta scales, but I got them on my BK9 because being a big knife and swinging it, chopping and what have you, I want to make sure that don't fly out of my hands. So I put the micarta scales on the BK9, but I got wood scales like these on my BK7 as well. Um, I just really like the look of a wood scale. I'm kind of old school with that. I like wood scales and leather sheaths. But there you go. It's the BK9, or I'm sorry, BK10 from Becker, made by K-Bar, and it's just a great knife. Like I said, I think it's not by a lot, but it's become my more or less favorite survival knife, and I would say this falls into the survival knife category as far as I'm concerned anyways. But there you go. That's about all I got for you for today. I do have a few knives coming in the mail, so there should be some more content coming soon. I just purchased, I got 3 knives, actually 4 knives coming in the mail here over the next week, so I was trying to go 30 days without buying a knife, and I didn't make it. And after 3 weeks of not buying a knife, I fell off the wagon hard and ended up with 4 of them. I'll tell you, getting this hobby, it's deadly to the wallet. But anyways, that's it for today. Until the next one, stay safe, stay blessed. We'll see you.